YouTube, what is going on, everybody? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how you can take those old ideas that you didn't finish from like 3 years ago or even 6 months ago, and how you can flip them into a hard intro that sounds like this. Yeah, something like that, you know, something that sounds crazy, that if you place it in the intro of a tape, it'll really set the tone and it'll make listeners be like, yo, this shit is super fire. You let niggas know, like, man, I'm not playing games, I'm serious with it. Definitely know I've been away for a minute. I just had I had a crazy ass July. I'm not even gonna cap with you. My brother caught COVID, my grandma on her last days, which is crazy. I almost lost all my beats. I had to reinstall everything. Just some wild stuff, man. And then even more stuff. I was going through it, and I lost all my videos that I was getting ready to post. I was going crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So I just needed a break, but I'm back, and I know I had to hit you guys with something super crazy. So let's get started. So this April, at the start of this pandemic, I remember I was super bored, and I was like going through just my files, and I found an old loop. So the loop sounds like this. Yeah, so that's the loop, and honestly, I made a beat to it, but I didn't end up liking it. Something told me like, save the melody, you'll use it later. But that's like really the beauty of like saving your ideas, because you can come back like a year later or even 8 months or 6 months later with new knowledge and new effects, and it might just set the tone. It might honestly do the trick. And for this one, I didn't have RC20, I didn't have none of that stuff, and this is what it sounds like now. So in this case, for like hard intros, you definitely want simple melodies, something super simple. As you can see, I don't have like no other melody on here at all, no other melodic instrument, because the sample does enough for it. I think I have like 3 VSTs on it to really give that layered sound, but it just does the trick though. So one, keep it simple. Second thing, simple drums. You see what I'm saying? Super simple. All of this is super simple, and this is generally just gonna be the same thing. Like, this is the whole idea right here until the 808 and the drums come in. One thing I learned is when it comes to drums, you wanna keep things super simple, and especially with intros, you want things to build up. This is only a 2-bar pattern. This is the same thing as this over here. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it simple, and then having like the snare roll. There's like a snare roll over here, but I only use that as transition points. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I use this little like, I don't know where I found this, but it kind of did the trick for this one. The crazy thing about it is, the more you have things build, the more things are gonna sound crazier. I don't know if that's gonna make sense to you, but I'm pretty sure people that know what I mean. When you have things super simple and then you just add another element or maybe 2 other elements onto it, and then a couple bars later you add like the big tension point, it's gonna sound way crazier. Even if you listen to like Dreams and Nightmare, that intro, it starts with the piano, and then it gets super like dramatic with the strings, and then when it drops, it gets super dark with like the 808, and then at the most tension point, that's when like the hi-hats and the snare rolls and the kicks and all of that kind of shit come in. So definitely have things built, but keep things super simple though. I know a lot of people probably asking, why do I have the melody right here in the FL Slicer instead of the actual playlist? But for some reason it wasn't giving me that kind of feeling, and I kept trying to use like gross beat or like Effectrix, but it wasn't giving me this little transition that I was looking for. Is this part. You hear that? This right here is just a normal glide. For some reason, it works in FL Slicer. It doesn't work anywhere else, but in FL Slicer with samples, it definitely works. So I definitely recommend you do that because it's gonna give it this, like, it's gonna give it like this dipping kind of feel. So the 808. Simple, you know what I'm saying? And with the 808, all I have is like a wave shaper on here. Like, I don't think I would have been able to get this same kind of feeling without the wave shaper. Like, listen to it before and after. Before. After. For some reason, it gives it like this like different kind of distortion, and it gives it like, it's just a whole different feel. Like, I remember I saw Hit Boy use this, like, it was a long time ago. It was like when it was like before vlogs were a thing. This guy like recorded him making a beat, and he was like breaking down Christmas in Harlem. And I saw this, and ever since I've used it to kind of like give 808s a little bit more grit when it's needed. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Spins 808, simple. And that's another thing too. If you have sounds that work, keep them bitches. Put them in a folder and always go back to them, because you can always change the sound. But if you're coming up with the idea real fast, you have your good go-to sounds to go to. And you know, like, they work all the time no matter what. The kick, super simple. The reason why I like this, like, the reason why I have like this little roll right here, this is the same pattern over here. This roll kind of lets the listener know like it's a transition point. I don't have the snare roll right here, but I do have the kick roll right here. So it kind of replaces it. You know, it's just variation, honestly. And then you're gonna see the kick is not gonna be there, but the snare roll is gonna be there. Listen right here. It's the same pattern, but with just different sounds. When it comes to like making like hard intros and stuff, you don't want to like complicate it or do some like out of the left shit. Like, just keep it super simple. Switch a pattern on a different sound and try to alternate. Honestly, that's a gem too, because that makes everything sound even crazier, and it gives it bounce. Now, like, this beat is super simple. When you look at it from like this angle, it looks complicated, but I promise you, it's super simple. The thing that really sets it off is the effects, the transitions, and the drops. Those are the things that's really gonna make this sound super crazy. And the build, Example, this is where the hi-hats kind of come in. So this is where like the artist can be like, you know, they can kind of like talk their shit or whatever. Or if they have like an intro or just whatever, they can go crazy right here, right? And then this is where the 808 kind of comes in. This is where they can like build that like tension up. This right here is gonna be like the catchiest part. The listeners are gonna be like, oh shit, and they're gonna write Instagram captions and all that kind of stuff. Like, Drake is super notorious for doing a lot of stuff right here in this little section, right at the tail end and the beginning of like the next transition point. Example, if you listen to Tory Lanez Do Not Disturb, when he says, all of my exes don't deserve me, curve them, saying waiting bitches curve me, like that drop right there, that's what this point is. It honestly makes what the artist is saying sound a lot harder because you have the crash and the transitions. This is level 1 tension. This is level 2 tension. And then right here is gonna be the most tension the song is going to have, because the kicks come in, all the elements are there. That's where the most tension comes in. You really don't want to create even more tension after that. You want to have like a release period. Listen right here. Tension, release. And right here, they can go like super crazy, like crazy right here. And it goes back to tension. Everything, all this shit is a method, you know what I'm saying? And the more music you listen to, the more you can kind of be like, oh, everything that Art was saying applies because it's tension and release. All music is tension and release. even when it comes to like making melodies and shit. All right, so to build that tension, I have just this love filter effect. If you don't know the preset, Mike Will uses it. Everybody knows about this. It kind of sets it up because the melody kind of tells you like, oh, something dramatic is happening. Now here's a very solid thing. As we talked about, this is the most important part in the song. So listen to it without the cymbal and the box. It's cool, but it's not really gonna give me that impact. It's not really gonna make me be like, oh shit. Like, it's not gonna do that. When I have that reverse cymbal, just listen to how it sounds. It gives it more energy and it makes it feel more impactful. It's like a layup for the kick, because like the kick is really gonna be the main thing that's gonna like make people be like, oh shit. Couple that with the cymbal and the vox right here, sounds crazy. And the drop right here. Usually I don't like to have any more than 4 sounds around my drop transitioning into the next thing. You see right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sounds. 1, 2, 3. 3 sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this one, it's only because this is the highest tension point. The only reason I have that there is because I want that tension to be there, so this release can be like, ah. You know, when you go to house parties and you go to like, you know, clubs and shit, you're gonna see that people are gonna react to the way the music is based off the transitions and what the artist says. So you really gotta like give they ass a layup. As far as the vox, let me play for you. Let me take the effects off. This vox right here comes from the Kanye West song Cold that was produced by Hit Boy, and they used this like vox effect, and I couldn't find the effect, nor could I find the vox anywhere. So I just decided to create it myself. When I had the drop without the effect, cuts off a little too subtle, but when I had the effects on there, which as you can see is nothing crazy, it gives it more energy to it. You know what I'm saying? You really want to create just more anticipation. Honestly, that's pretty much it. This is how you make hard intros. Take your ideas, throw them into FL Slicer, be minimal, throw effects on there and new knowledge that you have, be simple, and just build the beat up. And then you got something crazy that sound like this. I have no doubt that when I play this shit for somebody, they're gonna go fucking nuts. I promise you. I've already played it for a couple people and they went nuts, but when I play it for like that artist, they're gonna go stupid on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys like love the beat. I hope you guys got a lot of gems from this. I had to film this like 4 times. I actually made a video where I actually made this beat on here, but my air conditioner was on and I fucked the whole video up, and I lost the video too. So there's that. You know, I got my flea shit on today. I'm going on a date, but I want to make a video for you guys. So like, comment, subscribe. All the kits down below. Make sure you go cop the newest kit, Perfect Timing Percussion Loop Kit. And let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm back with the videos. No more depressive shit anymore. Fuck with y'all. New videos on Splice. Appreciate the love. And to everybody new, welcome. I'll see you guys next time.